episode 31. Hello everyone and welcome to Wolff&Schafe podcast. My name is Magdalena and this is my little kitty co-host, Domarat. Meow! We have Wednesday today, August 24th of 2016. And as I have just said, is episode 31. Exactly the number of my age. Yay! If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for checking out my podcast. This is a knitting, spinning and dyeing podcast in Switzerland. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so happy to have you here. So yay, you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram under my full name, Magdalena Wolff with double F. And if you enjoy my show, please subscribe to this channel on YouTube so you will be informed whenever I update. My show notes are usually in the down bar here on the video, and the links are in the video description on YouTube. And oh yes, we are having a knit along, and I'm co-hosting this knit along together with Kristen from Wool and Vine Yarns and Yarngasm podcast. Hi Kristen. And yes, it's a unicorn along. This is our theme, unicorns. So Kristen and I are knitting a stuffy unicorn that I will show you my progress on later in the episode. But if you would like to create something, not a toy but a garment or just whatever, unicorn inspired, you are totally allowed to do that and join to our knit along. You don't have to only crochet it, you can you don't have to only knit it, you can also crochet it. I think weaving is also okay. And we discussed with Kristen about whether narwhals are also included in our unicorn along. And we agreed that yes, if you want to knit a narwhal, that's completely fine. Because also, I thought about it, and in the past, when people wanted to buy unicorn horns, sailors would hunt narwhals and sell their horns and pretended that these were the unicorn horns. So there is a strong connection there. I have actually seen narwhal horn in a museum in Paris where I was last December, and the theme of the exhibition was unicorns. Actually, I don't think I've shown this to you, but I have a really cute, beautiful souvenir from there. I keep my various important papers inside, but yes, there was an exhibition of tapestries like this one, and yes, there were unicorns. So in the museum there was an exhibit which was a true narwhal horn, and it was huge. You just have to see it to understand how large they were. And no wonder that these unicorns have really long horns, longer to the ones we're used to from our pop culture, right? This is really something to carry on your head. So yeah, anyway, narwhals are also okie dokie. What else? You can post your finished object both in Kristen's and my group. Our group is Wolff&Schafe podcast group, and there are 2 threads also on Christian in the Christians group. Whoa, I can't talk today. Sorry. Yeah, so there are 2 threads. One is for chatter and sharing your inspirations and showing your progress. And you can post as many posts there as you want. But there is also the second thread, which is the finished objects thread, and there you're supposed to post only 1 post. You can edit it if you want to. For example, if you made some more pretty pictures of your project, of your finished object actually. So you can edit your post, but please refrain from posting anything else there, because we will use the number of your post as your number for drawing the prizes. So double dipping is okay. You can both like take part in Kristen's drawing the prize and mine as well. And what else? Oh yeah, well, the deadline is till the end of September, and as I just said, any unicorn related pattern. Somebody's actually knitting a cardigan with unicorn buttons, so it's I saw them, they're very cute. And you can also use unicorn themed yarn if it's yes, called after the colorway is called after unicorns. That is also okay. And this is it. I have also another announcement. Last week I announced that I will be vending on the Swiss Wolle Festival in Switzerland, and I said it will be in Zug because it was there last year and it was supposed to be in Zug again, but the place changed and it actually will be in Zurich. So it's possible that more people will be able to come, because it's a bit easier to come to Zurich than to Zug. So yes, if you're there, please say hello. I will be there vending with my yarn. Actually, one viewer already wrote that I think it's a she, that she will be there. So I'm very excited to meet you. Awesome. So I think we can start with knitting just after I have my sip of tea. And today I'm drinking one of my favorite, it's type of sencha from Uji, my favorite tea place ever, and it's called Tsurezure Sencha, and I love it. Okay, so knitting. Let's start with my unicorn project. And the pattern is Nilla the Unicorn by Borello Carroll. And this is my unicorn without legs. So I have finished the head. There is the cute little golden horn, and I think I made her a bit too floppy, because look what happens with the head. And I don't know what to do now, because I have already sewn the body to the head. I could possibly try and like take it off and stuff it more, although I thought I have stuffed the body enough. If you are knitting this project, please let me know how it's working for you. I mean, the head is pretty heavy. Maybe I stuffed the head too much. I don't know. But anyway, it's like very sad or very dreamy looking at the sky. So this is my progress, and I need 4 legs. Still, I started working on the leg, but I have only this much done. And my main color is sorry. My main color is this yarn. It's my hand-dyed Wolff&Schafe on the Romulus base, which is 100% superwash merino and worsted weight. And the colorway is Silver Towers, which I really like. And my contrasting color is this white line yarn Classico yarn, which is a mix of merino, nylon and bamboo. And yeah, I'm holding this double because it's around a DK weight, so I think it works pretty well for the nose, and the tips of like the hooves will be white as well. But yeah, I should do something about this. Or maybe that's how it's supposed to be? No, a sad unicorn? Please let me know. I'm really curious whether other people have same problems or is it just me? Okay, yay! So this is my unicorn and a unicorn bag by Molly Klein design, and it's awesome. The next project, also living in a Molly Klein design bag, but with wolves and ladybugs, is a shawl. But let me just show you. I have put on the zipper. I put a progress keeper that I bought while in Paris. So this is the progress keeper I bought in Paris, and I know you can buy Eiffel Towers wherever in the world, but I really bought this just under the Eiffel Tower, and it had a ladybug. So I thought, well, you know, ladybugs here, a ladybug here, so they are a set now. And in this bag, I really love them. These are wolfies. Lives the shawl that finally has an official name. I made an enormous progress on this project. So this is a Wolff shawl by Agata Mackiewicz, otherwise known as Amanita. She designed this shawl from my hand-dyed yarn, and just a moment. Oh yeah, I should have done that row so you could see it better, but well, anyway. This is my progress. I was here last week where the progress keeper is, and then I knitted like till the end, and I have started knitting the applied border, which is here, and it's like one repeat of the chart. Can you see it? And it's a cute leaf. I'm sorry. Yay! I really like how it looks like. So yes, I did a huge progress, but then I read the pattern closer, and it turns out that I have still 40 leaves to knit, so it's a lot of work still. But anyway, I love this shawl. Oh, the yarn is running away. As I mentioned before, it has first the eyelets before the stripe, then inside the stripe, and then after the stripe. And other than that, it's stockinette stitch. And I'm knitting on my Knit Pro Carbons 3mm needles. And the yarn is again my hand-dyed yarn because I'm preparing for the festival, so I want to have some samples of some projects knitted from my yarn. And where is it? This is how much I have left, and this is actually I have anything left because I cheated. Because my gauge is always loose, so that's also the reason I was knitting on 3mm needles. The pattern calls for 3.5, but still I I almost ran out of yarn, so I just added some additional stitches on the way, because I needed like 4 rows more, and the rows now were over 300 stitches, so it was really possible that this won't be enough for 4 more rows. So I just did. And yes, so this is my Wolff&Schafe Sigmund base in Sakura colorway, and the contrasting color is on the Coldest Winter Night. And yes, so very excited about this shawl. It's very beautiful. I like the chart. I mean, there are no cables there, and but it is an involved knit, so I don't know how long it will take me to complete it. I will just have to I will have to work on it when I'm alone. Because otherwise I just can't focus enough to follow the chart with all the yarn overs, SSK, knit togethers and others. So yes, and I like how this variegated yarn, it creates nice fabric, and the leaf looks really interesting, at least in my opinion. So this is this project, and I have more. My Cozy Memories blanket has grown again. Not majorly, but a little bit. And dum dum dum. Yeah, the ends are hidden. Once I just sat down and hid all the ends except for this one. So, as I mentioned before, I decided to add 3 more squares to the length of my row, so now it will be 13. And last week I was just finishing this one, and I think I haven't mentioned the name of the yarn. It's my leftover from the Ashling, and it's Wolff&Schafe Paw on in the Vodnik colorway. And this bit too big a square is my handspun, and I think I just I was trying to make it fingering weight, but this time instead of too thin I made it too thick. I hope that adding another square here and here will make it look better. With this side I can do nothing because it's the first row, but anyway, I really like how it looks like. It's a single, so the variegation of the fiber is saved, is preserved, and there are the purples, like dark violets, some greenish shades, and well, this is between yellow and green, something like that. And I really like how it looks like. I still have some left. There will be more purple going on in the. If I knit another square with it, I think there will be more purple, which would be nice because I love purple. And I'm knitting just on 2 DPNs. These are also 3mm needles, Knit Pro Zings. And I'm using also to attach yarn for the next square. I'm just using this crochet hook, 3mm crochet hook made of bamboo. I don't remember what brand this is. It's just yeah, not written anywhere, and I forgot where I got it. It's possible it's Adi, but I can't be sure really. So I'm always using this to attach the next square. And I still have this handspun. Oh yeah, well this, oh, forgot to say. This is the fiber I spun from Wolff&Schafe, and it's English wool blend. And this is Merino, Angelina and Baby Llama by Fellview Fibers that I spun from Royal Eggs. This is also a single ply, but I think it's a bit thinner than this one. And I didn't attach it yet because it would be too blue here, I think. I have this denim blue here, and yeah, I need something else here. So I will just wait. Maybe actually I could attach some of my, oh, my yarn ran away again. Sorry about that. Uh-oh. Is it? Oh, it's here. I'm sorry. I just thought I lost this. So yeah, I have this, and I think I could make one square out of it, so we could have something more interesting here. It would be much more lively. And then maybe I could add this. We will see. I will first add this here, and then I will see how it looks like with this one. So yay, this is nice, and you should have seen the pile of the colorful ends from that I have woven in and cut from this. I really like my blanket. It's, well, when I look at other people's blankets, I'm impressed how much work they have already put into them and how big their blankets are. I'm just slow. But as I mentioned before, I decided to not to make mini skein swaps for minis from other people, just to add that was my DPM. Excuse me for that. Just to add yarn that I have actually knitted with myself that I used for some other projects. So I'm not complaining really. It's to be expected that it will take more time to have all those other finished projects. Oh, but I have one more project to show you, and it's not ashling. I did not work on ashling, mostly because my son was sick, and I'm again on the, like with the Wolff&Shafe. It's the situation when I'm done with the mindless knitting, mostly mindless, and I'm in the involved part of the pattern, and I just have to be left in peace for that. And my son was sick last week, so I simply did not have the opportunity to work on it. But because I finished the mindless part of the Wolff&Shafe, I needed something for the moment I could knit, but when I can't concentrate really. So yeah, I've been long enough without the sock project, right? Right. So I had to cast on a new pair of socks. socks, and as I promised to my grandma, I'm knitting her a second pair of socks. So this is the yarn that if you've seen previous episodes, you should know. This is Cascade yarns 220 sock yarn. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, but it's very soft. Probably it will felt more easily than other more sturdy sock yarns, but I think for my grandma I really wanted her to have something fluffy on her feet, and I think she won't mind if it felts, hopefully, because she's basically after the warmth anyway. So this is the yarn I use as my contrasting color for Fine and Dandy socks, and it's the dark plum colorway. And I'm knitting on my Jawoll 2.5mm needles, which is 1.5 US size. And I have just started them yesterday, and I made the toes, and just to add some interest, I added some purling here, so there will be just a little interest, and the rest, because the time is of importance here, so the rest will be plain stockinette. I wanted to add some patterning here, but I think it got lost. It's not very visible. I wanted to add a little like flowery, diamondy thingies. They're not really visible, but well. So yay, I have a mindless knitting project again, and I feel like I have too many involved knitting projects right now, because yeah, I don't really have that much time alone. So this will be the project for TV knitting, toddler care knitting when he allows me, stuff like that. Reading, knitting. This project lives in a new bag of mine, and I know I just went crazy with Molly Klein design shopping, but this is actually a bag that I have ordered before I stumbled upon Molly's shop, and it had to be made to order, so I had to wait a little while. So it has just arrived a few days ago, and it's this. Well, first I thought these were unicorns, but they're actually just beautiful horses with colorful manes and tails. And it's a bit more stiff than my Molly Klein design bags. Inside it has just this fun sky fabric with some planets, and these little girls, when I saw them, I just thought, oh my god, this is for me, because I really like these gorgeous series. This is my Notions pouch that I bought on our trip to Shawl, and yeah, it's them. And also it's a nice surprise. I got there's a progress keeper on the zipper, and it's a tree, so you can see it's a beautiful tree. But that's not all. I also got some goodies. I mean, I got some tea and some candy, and I also got a mini skein. How cute is this? And I know I have said many times that I will be knitting my Cozy Memories blanket only from the yarn that I've used for other projects, but I think this is special enough to include in the blanket, and also because it's a yarn inspired by Jane Austen. And this yarn is inspired by Captain Frederick Wentworth from Persuasion by Jane Austen. And it's a really, really nice muted blues. And it's very, very soft. And I only have the name of the colorway here. I don't actually know what type of yarn this is. But yay, I love it. Awesome. It will be a square in my blanket. And this is the card. It's Yarn Cellar Studio from the United States. Hope you can see it. And yeah, it's Trish Turner, and she was so nice. She was really so nice. I got the goodies in such a beautiful blue bag, and yay! I was very delighted with my purchase. So about spinning, there's almost no spinning this week. There's actually nothing worth showing. I just started what I was meaning to start last week, which is combining, oh maybe I'll show you, which is combining one rowlag from this set and one rowlag from this set, and these are by Fellview Fibers. This is Fafnir's Heart, and this is Crystal Ice Cave. And I've started, and then Stasia got sick, so I really didn't have spinning time. But I will have hopefully this week, so we will see. I want to spin a single ply using these two. It's not very easy because the fiber is very fine, so I will see how it works out. I have some spun already, and yay, it looks nice. I think it will knit up really into a fun fabric, and I'm spinning it for my blanket like I do. So yeah, so spinning, that's all for this week. I think I can show you some. For example, I have dyed Rose Quartz and Ice, which is a pretty popular colorway. And I love how it looks like on my moon base. This is ultrafine merino with mulberry silk, and it's fingering weight. And for comparison, I can show you how it looks like on my Belladonna base, which is merino nylon cashmere blend. So I think it should be visible on the camera. So on Belladonna the colors are brighter, and on Moon they are a bit more muted. But I really like the effect. I mean, I like them both, to be honest. But yeah, there are those differences, and I'm pretty interested. I will be dyeing same colorways on various yarn bases, and I'm interested to see how different they will turn up. Some are sometimes I have problems with colors being too pale on particularly on bases with silk. But I will see. I think it's also interesting to have the same colorway in different versions. And sometimes I decide to add more more dye to make it to make the color stronger. But it's all it's all still to be decided individually on colorways. What else do I have? Oh yeah, I have the Toadstool's Fantasy that Agata used for her Wolff shawl for the contrasting color. And let me present a new yarn base to you. This is my new base. I've tested this yarn before, and I actually had a skein with me on the Edinburgh Yarn Festival in spring. And many people who looked at the yarn, it was actually this skein of Momotaro. They looked at this and they felt it, they touched it, and they said they were really surprised that 100% BFL can be this soft. So, and I really also like how it feels. And what's about BFL, it really takes colors beautifully. They're really bright. I mean, Marina also does that. And BFL too. So I decided to introduce a DK base. It's 100% superwash BFL. And the name is Lycos DK, because maybe I will have some in fingering as well. But that's to be decided. Lycos is a wolf in Greek, of course. So, like you have lycanthropy, which is becoming a werewolf. So this is Toadstool's Fantasy on my Lycos DK base. And where are you? And this is it on Sigmund. And it's a bit more muted because this is merino, but this is non-superwash yarn, and this is superwash yarn. And what the superwash coating does, it makes the yarn accept the colors more brightly. But yay, I like them both. They have like their own individual charm. And I have also some fishbowl on Lycos DK. This is one of my 2 Harry Potter inspired colorways. And this is fishbowl is inspired by Lily Potter. And I like it a lot. I'm pretty happy with how it looks like. And yay! So I'm just preparing for the festival, and I hope to make it on time. Because I had this delay with, again, Station being sick. And yeah, I hope I will manage. And I have, again, some acquisitions. So first of all, I finally bought me some pom-pom makers. And because I've been wanting to buy them for a long time, but I was like, I don't need that many hats, I don't need it. And usually I would see like sets of 2, and there is a set of 4 here. And it was not really expensive. It was like 10 francs for the whole set. And I thought, it's like this device appears in front of me all the time. It wants to be bought. It just wants to. And these are pom-pom makers by Knit Pro. And I know you can make a pom-pom just using some cardboard. My grandma makes fabulous pom-poms with just cardboard rings. And I did use cardboard rings for my pom-poms, but I didn't really enjoy it. So I hope this will just ease my way to pom-poms, because the winter is coming and the time of knitting warm hats is coming. So maybe it will be useful. And what else? Oh, yesterday I went out and I'm a terrible, terrible person who cannot stop herself from buying yarn. I tried to stop myself, I tried to reason with myself, but then I thought, oh, it's a yarn that I've never tried before. And it's such a rainbowy colorway. So yeah, I bought it. And it's 100 grams skein. It's by Lang Yarn, so it's a local, let's say. It's the largest Swiss yarn company. Lang Yarn's Jawoll color, and it's superwash. Colorway is 902.0042 if you're interested. And what's interesting about it, it has inside, there is a little something, the reinforcement yarn by Laufgarn. Exactly. So I suppose this is to be used for the heel, but I'm not sure how it will work out, because if I have these stripes here and I'm on the heel, I'm on a different color, what do? Do I have to wind it up and search for the... I'm not sure. It would be good for mending though. I don't know, but yeah, they included. Everything falls down from my hands today. Excuse me. So yeah, it was inside in here. And I really love self-striping yarn, and I love rainbows, especially with those deeper blues. You have like bright yellow and then green and no. Okay, so let's start here. So it's warm yellow, cooler yellow, green, blue, navy blue, purple, darker purple, and red. And I really love blues and purples. There were other self-striping colorways there, but I decided on this one because it's just so amazing. And it's 75% wool and 25% nylon. And what else? 420 meters per 100 grams. And there's a cute sheep here. But yeah, that's not all, because also yesterday I found in my mailbox an order that I made from the wonderful Jinx Yarns. Yay, I have a Jinx Yarn skein, also of self-striping. So I was watching Laura's from Jinx Yarns, her previous episode, because she just released the newest episode of the previous one. She was showing her self-striping yarn collection inspired by Pokemon, because everybody's crazy about Pokemons these days. So she decided to base her colorways on characters from the original anime series, and I have some glimpses of that series. I was already of the age that Pokemon anime did not really speak to me. I just really glimpsed it on the TV, but I remember most of the characters, and this one is named after Brock, the guy who is always with his eyes closed, if you're familiar with the series. And I fell in love, not with the guy, I fell in love with this yarn. look, just look at these colorways. It's just Laura said on her show that it's for somebody who likes like calmer colors, like more muted, maybe for a man. There's no way I'm giving this to anyone but me. So I'm not giving it away at all. This will be mine. Mine. I love these colors. I can read to you. So this is on Laura's Strong Sock Self-Striping base. No, the base is not self-striping. Strong Sock base, and it's a self-striping. Colorway is Brock, and it's 80% superwash merino and 25. Yeah, it has 105%. Sorry, and 20% nylon. I don't know what's with me today. I can't talk properly. Sorry about that. So it's approximately 400 yards and 400 grams, and it's Dilot 1. Awesome! So the stripe pattern is 4 rows orange, 4 rows grey, 4 rows blue, 4 rows brown, 4 rows green, and 4 rows green grey. That's amazing. And I think it will look wonderful. Just wonderful and just mine. I really wanted, because Lara made some Sailor Moon self-striping as well, and I really wanted to lay my hands on it, but it was disappearing so quickly from her shop that she made this outer senshi colorway, which is, if you are familiar with Sailor Moon, it's Sailor Neptune, Uranus, Saturn and Pluto, and they are very cool, and they have really cool colors too. But I would be happy with the inner senshi as well. Anyway, I have to satisfy myself with Pokemon, and I just yeah, I just did this. I'm sorry, I should fix this. I'm sorry, my Jinx yarns. I think this is all from my regular crafting segments, and now just some other random stuff, mostly what I'm reading or watching and what's going on in my life. So I'm reading this lovely book. I am around page 70 right now. I finished Murder on the Orient Express, and I had some difficulty finishing it because at some point the book just vanished. It was nowhere to be found, and it turned out that the last person to see it was my husband, and he said, yeah, I hid it somewhere from Stasha because he wanted to play with it, and I just put it somewhere, and then we couldn't find it at all. So I was like, I want to finish my mystery novel. So in the end I decided to just buy an ebook for my Kindle, and of course some hour afterwards I found the book. It was just, but the Kindle version was much more knitting friendly than the one that I showed you last week. So I finished it quickly, and I could start reading this one. And as I mentioned, it's perfect for knitting because it doesn't close so easily. So yeah, The Last Unicorn by Peter Beagle. And oh, what else? I have finished watching Penny Dreadful. I have watched 2 seasons of Penny Dreadful, and then at the time that I was watching it, there was no season 3 released yet. So I just missed the moment when the season 3 was released, and I decided that when I learned it's available, I just decided to watch it, and I loved it. well, I'm not a great fan of gory, and like really yeah, a lot of blood and disgusting stuff. But it's a really well made series, and I read that season 3 is like the end, so it's not a really long series. So if you're not discouraged by a lot of blood and disgusting things on the screen, you should watch it. It's amazing. And I love steampunk. It just, I really love steampunk, so I had to love it. And Timothy Dalton is there, and Eva Green is there, and my favorite character is Dr. Frankenstein. He's just so troubled. Amazing. I really thought that the actor who plays him did a good job. And there's one movie I've been wanting to talk to you about for like weeks, but I always forgot in the end. So some time ago I watched the newest X-Men movie because I love X-Men. I used to watch the old animated series. Well, I actually watched it when I was already 20 something years old. There was this one year when on an impulse I decided to watch some, because I've known some regular movies before, and then I thought, okay, let's see the old animated series, and I like it. But anyway, we watched the X-Men Apocalypse, and just before that we watched the Batman vs Superman movie. And I really preferred the X-Men movie, because I love all those superheroes movies. They are just pure fun. But yeah, the Batman vs Superman movie was, I don't know, it lacked some, it didn't feel whole. It was just some things scattered around. It was so gloomy and dark, and I didn't really enjoy it. But with the X-Men, oh my god, it was just so much fun. And because I know the animated series, I know all the characters that appear, and this is also fun to see the movie version of them. So yeah, there was just one part of the movie that really my teeth hurt. I was just like, now stop that. And there's a one part happening in Poland in the 80s. So there are dialogues in Polish in that movie, and I just got the feeling that the producers used up all the money on, I don't know what, maybe on the special effects or makeup or whatnot. And then when it came to casting for, first of all, casting for actors speaking Polish, and then to translate dialogues from English to Polish, they just didn't pay to find good people. This was horrible. This was really horrible. First of all, acting. These were definitely not real actors. They could as well read from like a piece of paper. They're like be robots or whatever. There's a scene with Polish policemen, and it's horrible. They just, yeah, they can't act at all, and all the dialogues that are in Polish, I'm sure they couldn't be written in Polish. They were first written in English, then translated to Polish, and the translator was really, really bad. Really, really bad. It felt so artificial that my theory of the policemen really being robots, it should be totally legit. I was so, oh my god. So yes, please don't pay attention to that part of the movie. Other than that, it's a lot of fun and I enjoyed it. And I really love Quicksilver from this version. He's just so awesome. He's just awesome. I'm a great fan. So yeah, that movie is just enjoyable compared to some other that I've been watching recently, but the Polish part, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, but it was just funny for me, because obviously people not familiar with the situation in Poland in the 80s, because the scene takes place in the 80s, were writing the scene, so they imagined that a humble factory worker in Poland in the 80s could afford his own car. I'm sorry, that's just not possible. I know that in the States everyone has a car, but it was absolutely not the case in the 80s in Poland, so I was just like, you must be joking. But other than that, as I said, love the movie, just the wooden or robot policeman and factory workers is just, watch it maybe like this. Okay, that's enough of my rambling about that movie. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a lovely week and happy knitting, and we will see you next time. Yeah, bye!